Alright, we've been talking about lots of different types of money, but what about pennies? Does investing in pennies make sense? Alright, well, during the first part of 1982, pennies were actually composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Okay, well, that's great. It's not 1982 anymore. Well, what about now? Well, now they're actually 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Bummer. Real big bummer. So does it really make sense? I don't know. Can you tell us?
Yeah, the title was my fault, by the way. Don't blame her. There's a lot of people who think they've missed the gold and the silver train, so they're looking for alternative investments. And there's nothing wrong with that thought process, but I just want to make sure I bring up some serious concerns before you throw a lot of money at something that might not be the best way to go. What's good about gold and silver coins has been good for 5,000 years. They're valuable, they're rare, and they're easy to port around, to bring around and to use in trade. Pennies nowadays, a lot of countries have gotten rid of their version of the penny. The Canadian government is actually considering right now getting rid of their Canadian penny. The United States government every now and again kicks it around, but we haven't made any change. What can you buy with a penny nowadays? You can't really buy anything. People tend to throw them away. You get change at the 7-Eleven, you throw it in that give a penny, take a penny thing, or I've seen people throw it in the parking lot or go home and throw it in a jar. I guess the operative word here is throw. Nobody wants the darn thing. But I guess some people are trying to collect them. And if you're dealing with the pennies, as Alana said, that were before 1982, you got 95% worth of copper, and theoretically, that's 3 cents. Actually, there's about 3 cents, I think, in a penny right now. So theoretically, you can make some money. Of course, there's a couple things that prevent that. First is there's a law that was passed by Congress in December 2006, making the exportation and the melting of pennies illegal. And that's a big problem. The second thing is just sheer bulk. $100,000 worth of silver or gold is relatively easy to deal with. On the other hand, $100,000 investment in pennies is a real mess. You've got 10 million pennies now that you've got to deal with a $100,000 investment. And to try to put that in perspective, 10 million pennies is, imagine a 6 foot high, wide, and thick square that weighs 31.3 tons. That's a lot. Basically, if you want 31.3 tons of pennies, you're going to need 2 semis and a forklift to take delivery. I don't know about you, I don't really have a lot of forklifts at home, and and the space too, and trying to move these things around, it's just impractical. There's a company called the Portland Mint that actually wants to sell you pennies and then store them for you and just send you bills on a regular basis for storage. Do I recommend that? Hell no. Never give somebody your money and then just have them keep your product and then send you bills for storage. That's always a bad idea. So should you save your pennies? Does that make sense? No. Go with gold and silver. You missed the first quarter of the football game, but there's still 3 more quarters to go. Buy on the dips, and look down below here is a link to this article on my blog and other interesting articles that you might have fun reading. Thanks.